What's up everyone, welcome to another episode of Random 2v2, and today I'm going to be doing an incredibly hard challenge. I'm going to do the same challenge I did in the last episode where I have to attack with every unit I have. Doesn't matter which one it is, it has to go to the other side of the map, but I'm going to do it with Protoss. I'm not going to have those really awesome Terran units, Reapers, Hellions, Landed Vikings of course. I will have some other awesome ones like Adepts, Oracles. This is going to be very hectic, a lot of fun. Let's begin. Alright, the first game of the day is together with Miolo. I remember him actually. And we're playing against a Terran and a Zerg. Now, what I remember him from is that he was my teammate when I only defended. And we did barely... It was a very close game, but we did end up losing it. 35-minute long game. And now I'm going to be doing the exact opposite by always attacking. Now, I wonder if he remembers me. I think it's kind of hard to forget about Salsa Tequila, the guy who never moved out besides doing nukes. Hello. Oh, by the way, guys, I haven't told you guys yet, but... past weekend, I actually played a 2v2 tournament. Wardy, if you guys don't know who it is, one of the biggest tournament organizers in StarCraft, is now doing, I think once or twice a month, he's doing team game tournaments, which is absolutely awesome. I played in the 2v2 one past weekend, and I actually won. So it seems like, you know, memeing around in 2v2 does pay off. Now, I did play a little more serious strategies, as you can imagine, but we did beat some really good players, including Byeon and Shin, two really good Korean pros, if you guys follow the scene. So that was actually very awesome. Now, hopefully I can show a similar level of skill in this game, because I don't want to let Miolo down twice. I will attack. Viciously. I actually have no idea how this is going to go. With the Terran... Well, the Terran version, when I did it, it kind of felt like it was going... He doesn't understand me. It kind of felt like it was going south, but... It worked out really well. Like, incredibly well. I was losing my units early on, but just the sheer chaos that I was able to create by literally just rallying my units in the opponent's base helped us win in the end. I am a very aggressive player. I'm not sure how else to explain it to him. Ah, okay. Hey, there you go. Oh, no, that's almost all chat. Let's see. This guy made a wall, but then not quite. I don't really want to own my teammate with this wall, but it's... I think I placed my pylon a little awkwardly. This guy is playing a hatch first, which is nice. Let's see. He says nice. Oh, maybe because I'm aggressive? Oh, that means that last time he must have been really pissed at me. If he's happy that I'm aggressive, he must have been really annoyed that I was defensive the last time. And there's no command center over yet, which is a little bit sus. I don't think Adepts are going to be very good here, and so are Oracles, by the way. Oracles are going to be nice. So the Reaper's about to spawn. I was tempted to scout for the double gas, but maybe I can just hide this for a little bit. It's pretty convenient for me that my teammate spawned on the side. There's a triple hatch. My teammate spawned on the side where the Reapers jump in, because then I don't have to worry about that as I'm rallying literally every single unit across. Now, I think the Reaper should be going across now. If he's not, he's going to kill my pro, but otherwise, I will see. Yes, I will make Oracle. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have Chrono boosted that. This Terran still has no... Oh, that's a... Huh? Double? Oh, okay. Where he's gonna... Ooh, guy, he's gonna play Cyclones. Oh, that's gonna be very hard to attack into, huh? What should I do about this? I'm kind of tempted to make cannons, because every unit I have, I need to send it across the map, right? Cannons cannot move, so that could be a pretty good idea. Let's see. I should be able to get a little bit of damage done with this. Maybe I can hide this over here. If he doesn't reveal me, I might be able to build... I might be able to warp Adepts into his base or something like that. That would be nice. Man, this map is actually freaking long. I was thinking I'm saving the shade so I can shade right when I get here, but... Okay, there's Cyclone number 1. Yeah, huh. It's gonna be a tough one. I'm not making another unit for now because I don't want to send it into the Cyclone. I think that's a pretty good idea. I think he is gonna go for a Link Flood, actually. Yes, but I'm also scared. He sees the forge and he's like, aren't you a grit? Okay, that's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Don't worry. I will aggress. I think I'm gonna make a mothership actually and recall into their base or something. I think that would be a good idea. I love how being defensive is like so clearly the right choice here, but he's still disappointed in me. Somehow that is really funny. Okay, here we go. All these Zerglings are gonna get owned pretty fast, especially with the help of the Zerglings. Not gonna lose that many. And then I'm gonna send this across right away. Do I go for a mothership instantly? That is the question. I'm gonna cancel that actually. So I can I thought I would need it to survive, but I guess this way I don't have to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a mothership. And then I'm just gonna make 1,000,000 units. Now, I was planning to play this even more aggressive, but going up against Cyclones, I think I need to be smart and not make gateway units too early. Okay, so I'm gonna save up these 2 oracles, and then I'm gonna go in for the big bang. Let's see, I'm gonna save these over here. Hopefully I can get a lot of workers. The Cyclones are scary for sure. But I guess with the bunkers, we should be pretty safe. Okay, now, I think this is going to be a little bit of a suicide mission here. I don't think these oracles are going to come out alive. There is indeed a spore crawler, a little bit of ping, and I make it hard to micro these, but I'm doing my best, I promise. Let's see if I can kill 2 of these. Barely not. I can put a stasis down. Okay, that's going to die really fast. Let me just revelate that. That's a lot of Cyclones. Okay, I can't really do too much against that for now. I'm just going to go for the... Wait. That lived? Or did it just die that slowly? Was there a high ground or something? Is that a high ground that I flew over? I'm not quite sure, actually. Huh. Why the hell was that still alive? Now I'm wondering if I maybe could have saved it. I will go mothership recall. This guy's like, dude, make up your freaking mind. I mean, I'm still playing according to my rules. That's what I care about the most, but I can understand if he's like, bruh, really? Wait, I should go for charge too. Oh no, I warped in Zealots. That means I have to send them across. Ugh. Mistakes have been made. It is what it is. Actually, I'll just say they're scouting Zealots. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe I should... Scouting. We need information. Honestly, I think I'm doing a pretty good job of selling this to my ally. He doesn't seem happy, but I do think I'm doing a good job of selling what I'm doing here. I'm gonna warp more Zealots because he's using Zerglings to fight them. This guy is so worried. No worries, my friend. I'm an aggressive... I lost them all. What does he want from me? I lost all of my units already. I was too aggressive. Okay, I'm actually having a really... This is really funny to me. I hope my teammate can also see the fun in this, but I'm actually having a great time. Okay, mothership is coming. Here we go. Maybe we can double prong, bing, bang, boom. That's the plan. Okay, I was waiting for the Cyclones to show up. I knew at some point they were gonna come and kill my Zealots, but it took a while. They're surprisingly passive. Okay, now I think since my mothership is pretty close to arriving, I think you guys will forgive me if I warp in a little prematurely just so I can recall 1 more wave of units into his base. Actually, I do have a good excuse here because the recall is going to be faster than if I would actually walk, which means I'm being even more aggressive by keeping these at home. Okay, wait, I'm not going to type to him. I don't want to distract him. I think I've annoyed him enough. Okay, so he sees me over there. Here we go. It is going to be pretty big. Why is there... Okay, dude, I thought that was a base. Oh my goodness. Do I have charge? I do not have charge. Here we go. I do have this mothership over here. He is going for... Okay, I thought it was battle cruisers, but I think maybe he's just chilling. I need to be very careful over here because the Cyclones are going to be pretty annoying to deal with. Look at what's happening, by the way, at the same time on the other side of the map. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to warp in over here. He has a Thor. That is pretty painful. I can go for the cloaking field. I'm not quite sure how much is going to matter. If I can save this... No, I think it's locked onto my... Are we winning this fight? How was this efficient? Oh, what? Like... I don't know if this guy has more units somewhere else, but I feel like I freaking killed everything he had already. Now, it is time for me to just play mass Zealots like an absolute psycho, by the way. I'm rebuilding that mothership, of course. But I'm just going to play mass Zealots like an absolute... I need a... What's that thing called? A Dark Shrine. That's what I need, exactly. Okay, I'm going to go for a warp in. Probably to the top over here. But I'm getting a little nervous. Not because, you know, we haven't won the game yet. I don't want to say that we're losing because that sounds too conclusive. We have not won the game yet, I'll say it that way. But it is because I'm doing it with Miolo. And I don't want to let him down with 2 different challenges. Oh, that looks painful. Oh, that actually looks quite painful. Yeah, I definitely can use the run by over here. I'm going to send these to the bottom, try to get them in. Okay, this is going to be a pretty good distraction over here. Looks like he has this base too. That is nice to know. Let's see. Maybe I can get in a nice spot behind the mineral line. That would be fantastic. And these guys are going to go around. DTs are not finished yet, so I'm just going to warp in more zealots. And these are actually going to trade pretty efficiently. I mean, I'm not lying here, guys. This kind of gives me the same vibes as the Terran version of this challenge, where my teammate is just going to have a really good time. Or like the chaos that I'm going to cause is really going to help my teammate out. If he managed to, you know, make the right type of units, I feel like he's going to be able to win with that army. Do I have any unit that's not attacking? It does not seem like it. I'm a little afraid of how many freaking bases that Zerg has, by the way. It's not particularly pleasant to see all the freaking creep and the bases on the minimap everywhere. He doesn't have this yet. Okay, that is super nice. The Terran is about to take this, but obviously I don't want that to happen. I don't think I want to use the mothership yet. I want to buy a little bit of time first. So I think I'm going to fly over here and then I'll recall after. I do have my double forge now. DTs are coming on the way as well. I could recall a bunch of DTs, but I don't know if that's smart. And I'm mostly saying that because a mothership kind of forces scans anyway, right? So I'm not 100% sure about that idea. Okay, so Mr. Bailing sees all of my zealots. I'm going to retreat with these for now. Is that, yeah, that's not a planetary. Then I am going to be recalling in their base. And this is going to work out pretty well, I think. I'm not going to use the cloaking field just because I might as well. That actually worked out for me somehow. And then I'm going to back off with this. I mostly just want to use it for the recall again. But what's the cooldown of that? It's actually not that long. Oh, it's actually 80 seconds. That's slightly longer than I thought. Yeah, I feel like recalling my units back to my base, that's a little bit too much out of the challenge. Now, this thing actually does a freaking... Look, that does so much damage, actually. It two-shots 4 SCVs at once. Wait, that thing is actually nuts. Yeah, I don't have Dark Templars on rapid fire, so I'm going to have to warp those a little slower. I'm going to lose it to those Vikings eventually, but you guys know me. I'm just going to be able to build it again. Let me try to take another base over here. And so far, really, guys, I know I've been losing a lot of units, but it does feel like this is pretty good for us. If my teammate finds the right moment to attack, I think he's going to kill them by themselves, because I just don't think they have enough units to really stop this. Now, do I make another mothership? I feel like at this point, I'm kind of out of money for that. I'm just going to take... I don't even have any gas. I stopped mining gas on the natural. I probably could start mining again just so I can warp in more DTs. So these DTs are very good against planetaries, not against much else. Now, this is a really good fight for... That army is so much bigger than the other guy's army. He's not even close. Now, he needs to split really well against this. I'm not sure if I want to watch. Let's see. He's running away, which is really good. No target fire on the tanks, which is slightly unfortunate, but I still think he's doing a really good job. And now I have these DTs over here. This base is going to get absolutely sliced and diced. Zealots are going to help him a lot on the front as well. I like how my supply is so low, but I feel so useful at the same time, you know? Like, I feel like everything I have is doing quite well, but my supply is way too low to ever take a good fight of my own. Now, I feel like I could recall those DTs. It would be a pretty smart idea, but once again, it is just a little bit too much out of the challenge, I think. There's no base over here. Didn't I just warp in? Oh, here's the Zealot. They were faster than I thought. Guess I'll just hide over here for now. Maybe they think I'm gonna recall it. Let's see, our base count. Okay, they do have a lot of Thors. You know what's actually really good against Thors that you might not expect? It is DTs. Because DTs, they have so much DPS. If you just blink on top of the Thors, it's very, very good. Oh, I don't like this fight. He's attacking without his siege tanks. This means that the tank is now going to die and then the Lynx get on top of the tanks. And that was admittedly a pretty big mistake by my ally. I don't think it's bad enough. Honestly, I think we're still in control of this game, but that was definitely a little bit of a mistake. I think if he went together with his tanks, he would have absolutely slaughtered those Thors. Now, since my opponents were busy, I'm just going to go in here again. I'm going to blink, look at the mineral line, just going to die instantly. Man, I hope he realizes that we're winning this game. Yes. I don't think he realizes that this game is effectively won. Whether that's because of my harassment or not, that's not up to me to decide. Okay, that's a lot of ultras. Okay, I'm scared that my teammate needs to... Careful, ultras. Against ultras, you want to just sit back forever. You do not want to head out, okay? You sit behind your wall, and that's gonna be it. I think something... Oh, I need to send his mothership across. Some things that I can do against the ultra is actually to go for stalkers here, which would be nice. Oh, that's gonna be... Oh, I need to be careful. I thought it was gonna be a free tank pickoff, but sadly, that was not the case. My opponents, luckily for me, do not have the best teamwork ever. I feel like they could have synced up a lot better a while ago. Oh, I need to make sure. Let's see. I think it's time to make some stalkers, honestly. This is going to be a very big stalker warping. I'm gonna use these to defend over here. Let's see, make sure to get that gas. My run by is gonna be insane here, by the way. Absolutely insane. And let's see. Okay, my teammates' tanks are getting owned a little bit. That is rough. Oh, I think I might have lied to you guys about winning this game, because that amount of Ultralisk is very... I don't know where the hell did my mothership go, by the way. But that amount of Ultralisk is very, very painful. I'm not quite sure if I can deal with this. I can warp DTs against it. That repair is very good. And he's going to keep it alive. Awesome. There's a good defense. Now, sadly for me, their army is pretty massive, and I have to go across. I guess I can send the mothership across and just recall. These can go across like this, and with these ones, I can try and kite the Ultralisk as best as I can. Blink is barely not finished. I really need that upgrade to finish. Like, I can kill Ultras pretty well with these. I'm gonna warp in some DTs as well. Let's see. This Ultralisk can also die. I feel like we really do have a potential hold over here. Where did I warp these? I warped these over there. Gonna send these on the counter attack as well, of course, as you do. Let's see, I just need to make sure that I have enough Stalkers to be able to kill the Ultralisk one by one. I feel like the Thors I can definitely kill at some point. I'm not sure if the Ultralisks are still alive, though. Okay, that Thor is going to help me out a lot. This base is going to die pretty soon. Or at least, yeah, I mean, it's not even mining, so it doesn't even really matter that much. Let's see. Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, not gonna lie, that's quite hilarious, actually. Let's see. We can kill those Thors, by the way. If my teammate's paying attention, we can totally kill those. Okay, let's see. Oh, we let them siege. That's unfortunate. Then I'm going to have to go for the recall, because I'm not allowed to just sit back and do nothing. So I'm going to go for the recall over here. My DTs here are doing a really good amount of work. I'm going to try to escape with these. This base is going to die pretty much instantly. Okay, wait. I think the Raven died, guys. I think the Raven might have died, right? It does look like it. Okay, so then I'm going to try to use DTs to just blink on top of the tanks. Let's see if I can get away with that. That'd be beautiful. Okay. Oh, sucks for me that he just unsieged. If he didn't unsiege, that would have been absolutely beautiful. These are gonna pop off, by the way. Look at these DTs absolutely slicing. I think he was out of scans for a long time. I'm gonna kill so many tanks with that. I don't know how many tanks just fell, but it was a lot. Okay, so they're gonna attack on the bottom now. I'm gonna warp a couple of Stalkers down here. I got my units attacking. Wait, why are you... We're not losing this game, my friend. Why are you team killing me? We can win, bro. Stop. No, this guy's... Oh, he's actually messing it all up. He thought we lost and he killed all of my warp gates. No, why? The betrayal of a lifetime. They have 0 eco. Okay. Oh, no. That's actually disastrous. I mean, honestly, I think especially with how he's been a little impatient, I would say that we probably would have lost anyway, but this is pain, because there was so much potential in this. He didn't fight together with me, and I was wondering why. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was just angry AFK. Turns out he was killing my buildings. I couldn't warp in below to save my units from those Ultralisks. Now, the last thing I can do is actually try and eliminate him somehow. I don't think that's gonna work, to be honest. Maybe if I can force those Ultras back a little bit. Notice how the overshares were... Yeah, exactly. The overshares were back there. So I could kill those Ultralisks with the DTs, and I'm gonna have to call it GG well played, and that is very, very unfortunate here, guys. They didn't have that much supply. They had absolutely no economy left. He was just taking this base, but nothing else was mining here. Look at the economy sheet. They had absolutely nothing. Now, just to make sure, if Miolo made the biggest blunder of his lifetime, or if he was just a regular salty loser, we're gonna have to go back and do a little bit of recon here, okay? Let's see. So this is roughly around the time when he started team killing me. Okay, first of all, he does have less supply than me, which is actually quite impressive since I gave away all of my units. This Terran has 150 supply. This Zerg has 140 with no mod. I'm not kidding, guys. I really think this game was winnable. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we were ahead this game, but if you look at what I was able to do with my Stalkers, I really think we could have won. Like, if my teammate had a couple more tanks, if he was actually spending his money on tanks instead of just making Marines and keeping them AFKs, 5 tanks, he can be able to kill this entire army. Then all of a sudden, they don't have eco, and we're winning the game. I can keep these bases alive because I actually have gateways, so I can warp in here. So I wouldn't say it was the biggest throw of his lifetime, but it was pretty bad, okay? Do not be like Miolo. Even if your teammate's an absolute baboon, do not be like... I was going to say Babolo. Do not be like Miolo. For some reason, it's such a hard name to say. I'm not going to let it discourage me. Let's go to game number 2. All right, game number 2 is together with City of Dreams against Dana White and Exiled. Now, I showed a little bit of a screenshot at the end of last game of Miolo talking stuff to me. He ended up going pretty insane. He typed me like a whole essay and blah, blah, blah. And I realized pretty quickly that he was actually a little bit of a life lesson, a good reminder for me, maybe for you guys as well, is that some people are just not worth arguing with. Like, I tried to tell him that team killing was bad, you know? And at some point he was like telling me that I made his life worse because I was playing in a stupid way, stuff like that. And it's just like absolutely zero accountability or responsibility there from him. And I quickly realized that I should just, you know, I'll probably get him a couple more times on my team. Hopefully he doesn't team kill me and I can make something nice out of it. And if we don't, then yeah, good riddance, I guess. Now we're playing together with a Zerg. Last game, honestly, I could tell instantly that it was going to be pretty hard to do this challenge of always attacking with Protoss, because there's a couple units that you can't really do too much against because the units are not fast enough. Like, if you have an Oracle, it's pretty safe to go out on the map, unless it's Cyclones. But with stuff like Adepts, you instantly already have to be scared of Zerglings, right? If you have Reapers or Hellions, that's already going to be a lot easier. So I think the best thing I can do is go for maybe like a 2-gate opener instead. I feel like that would be quite smart. That way I can maybe actually fight against... It was 2 Protoss players, right? Yeah, 2 Protoss players. Maybe I can actually fight against the stuff that they have. That would be nice. And then... Hello. Wait, I didn't even talk to my ally yet. Hello there. Okay, did he just... Okay, I hope he didn't do that on accident. That would have been very painful. It looked like a forge to me somehow, but maybe my brain is just messing up. It's very possible. I wanted to say that I was... I wanted to say that I was going to do a proxy Stargate, because I feel like that would be a pretty good idea behind this. Proxy Stargate is actually the kind of strategy that I have in mind for this challenge. Now, what is scary is that they're on 1 base. My teammate's going very aggressive. Oh, that is a little bit of a mistake. He's doing a 12 full. Maybe I'll ping it for him. He's doing it 12 full, but he's following the workers. Oh, that cost him so much time there. Ah, that hurt a little bit to watch. I'm sorry, Mr. Teammate. I wish I didn't see it, but I did. If you do a 12 pull, make sure you don't A-move your links to the base, because you're going to follow a worker, and he just lost. I don't want to say all of it, but he lost pretty much all of the power of his 12 pull instantly. There is even going to be a wall. There's even an adept out already, which is pretty crazy when you're doing a 12 pull. So this is a pretty rough start for us already. My teammate went for a committed build. Admittedly, they did have a pretty good build anyway, because it seems like they're playing super safe on the high ground over here. I know they scouted early, but you can't scout that early to react against a 12 pull. So I do think they got a little fortune with the build. A little bit of a mistake of my ally helped him. Doesn't have to mean it's all ogre though. My teammate's getting link speed, which I do really like to see. I will kill every worker. I'm making it sound like it's a promise, so he thinks I'm some kind of like God-given harassment goat, you know? I have no idea if I'm going to kill any workers, but I just wanted to think that I will. Oh, this could be pretty nice. Look at this. Okay, I'm 100% going to finish this because it's going to create chaos. That's the only reason. Okay, so this guy went for an Oracle. That's actually really nice to see, because now we know that Oracle is going to spend all of his energy over here, which is going to be a good defense. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I feel like this amount of chaos is going to be very nice for us. First of all, we're going to kill a base here. Second of all, his Oracle's not going to be able to harass us. This chaos is going to help my Oracles do a lot of damage. And this, I really think this was pretty much perfect. Okay, these are going to be shaded into the blue Protoss base. And now I have my Oracle over in this base. And this is fantastic. This is going to do so much damage. I got my Adepts in the blue Protoss player's base as well. He's going to have to go over there with his Stalkers, meaning he's not going to be able to counter the Oracle that's in his teammate's base. And look how much mining time he's losing by this. This is pretty brutal. Now, I do have to send this back. Okay, this is gonna be something a little scary. I think I have to make a forge, because otherwise I can't, like, I was gonna say legally, but that sounds a little strong. I can't legally defend against the Oracle, because if I warp Stalkers, I have to send them across. I guess one thing I can do, what I have done so far, is if they're already attacking me, then I can warp them in to attack the Oracle, scare them away, and then move them across the map. That would be the most legal way to do this. Now, these obviously just chilling here, recharging some energy. I'm not sure if I want to go for... I feel like this is just doing so well. Maybe I'll just keep do... That is a catch and a half. Maybe I'll just keep doing this. Wait, do they actually just not... Are they just dead? I could be wrong, but I feel like my teammate... Oh, here they go. Wait, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to warp them over here. I got a Void Ray in his base. I'm going to be able to kill that. Oh, wait, I'm going to do a Stasis instead. I feel like that would be even nicer. Here we go. That's going to run out of energy pretty fast. That Stasis is going to catch absolutely everything. My Oracle... Wait a second. I think my Void Ray rather is going to win the fight. I'm gonna back off with this one. Maybe I can see if I can attack from a different angle over here. Now blue is not. Wait. Oh, wait a second, guys. Can you guys smell that? I smell a gold base. Is it just me or do you guys smell a gold base? I know there's a gold base on this map and I smell it. How did that survive? I could be wrong, but I smell it. It's here, isn't it? Blue must have... He doesn't? He's actually on one base? How is he on one base? That is very surprising. And I guess I'll just send my oracles around. He's gonna lose that pylon, which I think is worth it. I'm gonna lose this Void Ray, so I'm gonna retreat for now. Then I'm gonna... Okay, this actually would be really good if he would go for that. Does my teammate have workers? He does have workers. Yo, he has a Hydra dead on the way too? My teammate is actually the God-given goat. Now, this is the play. Look at this. He thinks he's safe because he has a battery, so I'm going to come in here, and then I'm going to send those Void Rays back in. Even if you're aggressive, you got to be smart with your aggression, guys. Look how many workers are dying here. This is brutal. Then here are my Void Rays, or my one Void Ray, actually. These are pretty much out of energy, so I retreat with those. There's a cannon in my main base that's going to keep those alive. Now, I think there is space to warp into a depths. This base is going to be pretty safe. I think those oracles are completely out of energy. He made a... Oh, I don't know what... That was actually such an automated reaction. Void Ray Prismatic Alignment doesn't do anything against the Phoenix, if you guys are wondering why. I'm actually a bit upset that I did it wrong, because I see all of you do it wrong. My opponents, my teammates, everyone does it wrong, and now I did it wrong too, so now you guys are gonna think that that's the way you do it. Prismatic Alignment only works against armored targets. If it's not an armored target, all you're doing is make your Void Ray slow. It's literally useless, okay? So don't use it against Phoenix like I just did. You can use it against Stalkers. You can use it against Roaches. The most common one that I see is people using it against Queens. Doesn't work against Queens. Now, I'm actually surprised that these things are beating my Void Rays. I think it's time to go for a DT follow-up here. That'd be nice. Maybe I can make my own Phoenix. Now, he probably blinked away already, so I'm going to come back in here again. Yeah, this aggression has been brutal. Oh, I'm going to lose at least one of those. This one doesn't have energy. Going to retreat with that one for now. Barely not going to be able to kill that Phoenix, sadly. I wish I had... oh, please. No, how are you alive? What the hell? I wish I had enough energy for a stasis trap. This is going to be a really good bait if I did. Sadly, it is not going to be. I wanted to bait the Stalkers over. Oh, I'm going to get the Phoenix. Nice. I wanted to bait the Stalkers over so I could put a stasis, but I'm waiting for 50 energy. That's the only thing I'm waiting for. I'm going to warp 2 more adepts over here. I feel like my teammate... Normally, I would say that I've been doing a good job distracting, but I feel like my teammate has been just S+, you know? Nothing to complain about. Like, he has done so much damage at the front. He's played the perfect strategy together with me. Now, these Void Rays have been kind of bad, so I'm gonna run those away for now. Let's see, I'm gonna send this Oracle in. Good pull by my opponent over here. Now, I'm just kind of wondering what their strategy is behind this, you know? They don't have bases. We also don't have that much. We only have 2 bases each, but we have bases. What if this guy has our gold? Oh, crap. I have to cancel that now. Oh, he did find my adepts over there. DTs are not going to finish yet, and I am currently pretty much out of units. One thing that is surprising to me is that the Phoenixes haven't come to kill that Oracle yet. Actually, I think I'm going to make another Oracle. I want to keep up the aggression, but in a somewhat smart way, you know? I could be warping sentries right now, perhaps. Oh, this is perfect. If he's going to go ahead and lift that. Man, I wish I could... I could send it back for an energy recharge, but it's a little... Let's see. You know what? I think I'm just going to do it. I'm going to drop a stasis. Let's see. I don't know. If he's over here, he's just going to kill my Oracle. Otherwise, I can do this. Look at this. I'm going to... Oh, it's going to work because my teammate's distracting him at the same time. I'm going to recall that Oracle. And then I'm going to energy overcharge it, energy recharge it, and then send it across again. Okay, so my teammate did lose all of his units. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a brutal stasis ward. Dude, their entire mineral lines are stasis. I think they literally have no income right now. I think their income is literally non-existent. And I'm just still making stasis wards. Now, they do have a pretty sizable Stalker force. So I guess I have to be careful, but honestly, the moment I warp in 4 DTs to, you know, go into their base, actually 6 DTs, didn't realize I had that many gateways. I think it's going to be all ogre. Don't give up. Wait, this guy's like the opposite of my last teammate. My last teammate didn't just give up, he killed me. This guy is encouraging the opponents to not give up. That's an absolute Giga Chat move. I think he was probably sarcastic, to be honest, but anyway, it is what it is. I love to see it. Now, I have all these oracles. I think I have too many oracles for bases. I don't really know what to do with it yet. Guess I'll go for a DT Blink over here, try to saturate this base. This oracle is gonna die because I was a little bit too slow. That's unfortunate. Good thing for me, I have another one. Now, these units are technically... Oh my god, that's another full stasis. Their economy really is in the freaking gutter, huh? It's taking this base right now. Let's see, should I just... How much detection do they have? They have an Oracle, right? I think that's all they have. Here, I'm just gonna split these up like crazy. Look at this. This split is kind of crazy. He can't revelate all of this. Oh, he got one of them, exactly. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Good luck with that. You have to be an absolute god-given goat to be able to revelate all of this. Like, absolutely insane. I guess I'm just gonna drop some preemptive stasis wards over here. Now, he does have one more revelation coming up. I'm just using my DTs to kill his army at this point. I think he's literally not mining from anything right now. I feel like my Zerg teammate is just having a great time, honestly. He knows that we have won this game, but he's just having a fantastic time. Wait, let's see if I can do a move. Oh, it's an Archon. I saved it with an Archon. Dude, imagine if this stasis was somehow enough to be able to deal with that. He's gonna come back to this base, but I have enough stuff over there too. Let's see. That is a revelation. Did the stasis? I'm gonna drop a stasis over here. Let's see how many of these probes I can slaughter. I mean, he's definitely doing his best. You can't say anything about that. He's definitely doing his best. GG has to be called. And there we go. All right. Well, this game... definitely way more successful than the last one. And I think a lot of it had to do... Well, it's just two reasons, basically. First of all... fantastic teammate. I know he made the mistake, first of all, with the 12, but besides that, just perfect aggression to go with what I did. I would never be able to create that much chaos with the Adepts and Oracles if it wasn't for my teammate being an absolute god-given goat with the Zerglings early on. And besides that, we also didn't have a Terran playing Cyclones, meaning that I wasn't so afraid to move across with my Adepts and Oracles. A fantastic game number 2, very contrasting with game number 1. Let's play a final one. All right, the final game is going to be together with ERB against Ani and Jet. Now, I've played with ERB before. I remember that it was a game that didn't actually go so well for us. So this time I need to make sure that he believes in me, you know? I don't want to lose with the same guy twice. Now, I do want to bring up a little issue that we probably have no power over whatsoever. But there is something really annoying going on the NA server. Let me explain to you guys, right? So... the NA server has a bunch of... Actually, I'm going to let them wall off. Has a bunch of different servers combined. At some point, they decided that some of the servers didn't have enough population, like the Southeast Asia server, etc., right? So now, the NA server also has Brazil, Singapore, and Australia. I believe those are the servers that were added. But it does make it hard for some people to play, because some people, you know, they want to play on their home server, but then they have to play with a gajillion ping, and that's pretty annoying. But what those players sometimes do is someone at some point posted a list of IPs of the servers, which I think was outdated now, but you can definitely find them again. And now people block them, which makes it so that you can only match on a certain server, the ones that you don't have blocked. If you guys are wondering why I play on Singapore so often, it's because there's a bunch of Asian players that just block every single server besides Singapore. And since I don't want to sit in queue forever, I just kind of have to take it. The reason why it's an issue is in 2v2, often I will play with a teammate that has certain servers blocked against opponents that have other servers blocked. So the queue just kills itself, right? Like the game never happens. You queue into a game, it never loads in because there's no eligible server. So I have been queuing for like 30 minutes for this final game because 5 games in a row, I was with someone who has certain servers blocked against someone who has certain servers blocked and we couldn't match. So that's... I don't know how you would fix that, but that is actually a pretty annoying issue going on, and I hope there's something we can do about that, because otherwise I'm gonna have to spend 5 hours recording every single 2v2 video, even if it's just 3 games, and that's obviously gonna get a little tiring. Let's see. Do I need to tell him anything in particular? I don't know. I think we're gonna go for the Oracle build again here. Not gonna go for a proxy this time. I will make a lot of adepts. We're playing as... was it Zerg Terror? Oh, Zerg Protoss, actually. Right, okay. I was so consumed in talking about that because it's been on my mind. I do like talking about, you know, issues with the game with you guys sometimes, even though I mostly like to spread positivity. Sometimes you also have to talk about things like that, of course. But let's get back to the game here. So, since we're playing against a non-Terran, I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable sending my units across, similar to the last game. I see there's a battery going up here. Batteries can be a bit deceiving. That Protoss player might feel like he's safe in the main base, but 2 adepts one-shot probes. So if I get into the main base and he doesn't have any units there, I'm not so sure if he's going to be happy with that. Now, there is a bunch of Zerglings out already. I'm going to Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna finish that. I barely managed to cancel that in time, but it can... Well, I guess I'll shade, but it's... He's also blocking my probe. I was wondering where my probe was. I didn't even see it until now. Okay. Not a huge fan of that, keeping that in the wall. Why didn't she just put an adept in the wall? Also, I didn't start warp gate until now. I really got caught up a little bit too much in talking about that issue because I noticed that my build is not of the highest quality, but it's okay. We'll manage to find our way around it. Let's see. I have 4 adepts. I do really want to get the attacks going soon. Okay, it looks like we're playing against a Link Flood. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to find... Actually, I need... I don't have energy for energy recharge, unfortunately. Wait, can I... If I split the adepts perfectly, I can kill double the drones. That was quite nice. Okay, so I haven't seen the links yet. Okay, the links are here. I really wish I had energy for a battery overcharge, guys, but I just don't, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I know I can shade through, but that's actually going to be so annoying to have to chill with the freaking units because he has, you know, a probe in the wall, and it's going to be a little painful at some point. Okay, I think this is going to be a stasis oracle. I'm going to try to sneak in the Zerg space. I wonder what my teammate is going to do to stop an attack. He's going to go for a bunch of Blink Stalkers, which I have absolutely nothing against. Okay, so there's a Stalker over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of double prong action. So I'm going to wait for my second oracle to show up. Let's see if he's going to let me do some damage over here. That'd be nice. Looks like we are going to get some damage done. Adepts don't die so fast to stalkers, so moments like this are actually quite painful. I'm not quite sure my teammate's prepared to help me, so I'm just going to send this oracle back to help him out. Energy recharge is going to be able to be used anyway, which is nice. And then I think one stalker is not going to kill this in time, guys. So I'm going to be able to drop the stasis. He did pay attention. I'm barely not going to get that stalker either. So that was really good defense of my opponent there. And now I'm going to go for DTs again. Now DTs. I do like this build. This feels nice. Definitely a lot better than, you know, the little amount of units that I had early on. The early opening with the 2-gate creates a chaos. And then the oracles later on are going to help a lot as well. I'm going to get 1 battery and 2 gases. And now, if he only has 1 stalker over there, I might be able to get a lot of probes here. Yeah, he just has 1 stalker against the stasis. This is exactly what we need. Look at this. Oracles are so good at this. Oh, need to make sure that the timings are linked up. It's quite hard to do sometimes. Something is dying. Hope my guy is ready over here. I have an oracle, which is going to be perfectly fine. I have a stasis in his main, by the way. And oh my goodness, he paid attention just in time. I did lose the other 2 oracles, by the way. I'm not quite sure what to, but I do know that I lost him. I have 2 gateways. God, you know, I wish I could go for a hidden expansion on this map. But the watchtowers cover the corners. I mean, I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't try it, right? Yeah, that's true. I need to stick to being me more than anything else. Can never lose your personality, guys. Not even in a game of StarCraft. Wait, actually, does the watchtower see that? It looked way closer than on the minimap than it is in reality. Okay, does have 2 queens over here. Oh, dude. I thought those were... Yeah, okay, well, I think it's safe to say that the watchtower sees that, or he was very lucky. I thought those were my DTs. And I tried to control them, and my brain was just like, wait, what? This is not... Huh? Okay, my teammate went for DTs as well. And let's see if I can get some damage done over here. They have been very good at defending, honestly. Applause for the opponents here. The defense has been insane. I'm gonna go for Blink DT. Let's see if I can kill a bunch of these drones. That'd be nice. The Spore Crawlers do so much damage now. I actually don't really like the changes they made to the Zerg early game, specifically for ZVP. Because ZVP early game harassment was pretty cool to do, but now the Spores do so much damage against the Oracles that it's, well, you know, it doesn't feel as satisfying, that's for sure, but I guess it was quite strong. Now we are going to be able to kill a lot of probes here. Not quite sure if I'm going to be able to get that Spore Crawler. Does look like we did get the Spore Crawler, which is really nice. And we are creating a lot of chaos, which is exactly what we need to do. But this is kind of similar to game number 1, where I'm popping off with the damage, but my own economy behind it is absolutely garbage. So I need my teammate to do a really good job. In the first game, my teammate wasn't able to keep up. This game, I guess we'll have to see. Gonna go for a Forge. DT Blink is gonna be very nice to have. Killed a bunch of workers in his main base. There's probably some stalkers waiting here if I have to guess. Let's see, can I? I think that's barely out of range of the stasis, or of the cannon rather. And it is, yeah, there we go. That is very, very nice. Now there's a thingy building over here. Guess I'll just kill that cannon real quick. DT Blink is almost gonna be finished. I think I'm gonna be able to kill that in time. before the shield battery finish, that is, and then I'm gonna be able to get away. My teammate is... Yo, DT multi-prong is awesome. All right, that's actually perfect. I didn't realize he had a warp prism, but now we're gonna be able to DT multi-prong, and now I'm gonna make another stasis in his base. I think we can actually make a couple more gateways here as well. I do hope my teammate is making a decent amount of units as well, besides just memeing together with me, because memes are good, obviously. Nothing against memes, as you guys may have guessed from my playstyle, but we do need an actual army. His army looks pretty decent so far. It really does look pretty decent. That stasis didn't go off. This stasis... Wait, is that the best timing ever? I got the timing right. Look at that. You can't actually... Oh, there's an observer over here. I think I can barely get out. It's gonna be so close. Okay, Blink is gonna take a little too long. He can wall me in with the Zerglings if he's good enough at the micro, and he is. All right, well done. And it looks like the Protoss didn't follow suit, though. Look at that, the Protoss didn't follow, but sadly for me, he does have that Overseer with speed looking like. Let me just tag... Dude, I told you it was gonna be a problem. It's gonna be annoying for me, but he's also owning his own Immortals. I knew, yeah, keeping a probe in there, it's not entirely the play, I think. I get it, but it's not entirely the play. Okay, so this base is just going to be screwed. There's nothing much we can do about this. I think I'm going to sacrifice those probes, except for a couple. And then I'm going to try to hit some more stasis wards. Let's see. Probably just put the same position that has been working for me so far. There's no stasis possible over there. But maybe over here could work. Let me just kill these real fast. My teammate is helping me, but his army is a little bit too small there. I'm going to have to warp in a couple Dark Templars to help. I'm going to get some damage done here. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Okay, so this guy runs out of... doesn't have Spore Crawlers anymore, which is massive. And my teammate's army actually managed to get the job done. He is still stasis over here, which is absolutely massive. I got a couple DTs in their main base. Let me try to blink away with these. I'm actually going to recall these just because we're absolutely poor. And my teammate... I didn't even know how he saved my base. That's incredible, actually. I like that his Oracle's just chilling here, waiting to be able to put down another stasis. That's an incredible save. I mean, applause for my teammate. Nothing else to say. That is all him. And zero credit go to me there. I mean, I know I distracted him a little bit, but damn, man, that's awesome. I have a bunch of these over here that I obviously have to send across the map. Sometimes I take like a little breather and then I realize like, oh no, I literally have to attack. That's my challenge over here. I need to get some more upgrades. At some point, you can get enough DTs that you can just blink on top of people's armies, but DTs really are quite expensive units, so that point is pretty hard to reach. My teammate has a lot of Zealots. Excuse me, what I would love for him to do is just send the Zealots to the right side. I feel like that would be absolutely beautiful. I don't have recall yet, sadly. Okay, if there was an observer there, we would be screwed. That would be so problematic. I'm just gonna try to hide here for a little bit. Okay, maybe I can ping. I'm not even sure if it's like that good of a move, because... I don't want him to get, like, fully surrounded. Okay, I think we might actually just have to go for this. Okay, I can just blink over these and get away. The observer's not going to be that fast, and we should be able to escape. That was actually extremely scary. Unless he has observer speed. Now, there are mutas out. But maybe he's not paying attention. Wait, I'm actually killing his stalkers. Look at that. Holy cow, his observer was too far back, and I killed so many stalkers. Let me see. Oh, I tried to blink away, but I guess I didn't have enough range or something. Can't quite tell if I got the stasis off. I have to imagine that I probably didn't. But without looking, I just killed a bunch of stalkers, and that's really going to help me out here. Let me try to saturate these gases again so I can keep warping in a million DTs. My teammate's army is looking... Dude, the DTs in his army are so good too. And now I'm going to come over here to help. I think we're going to be able to clean out this base. And my teammate is on 4 bases. He's making Storm, looks like, which I'm very happy to see, because Storm is just an absolutely awesome late game spell to have. Now I'm going to do something. I think I have to stay with him now. I was gonna go down there, but I think I have to stay with my teammate's army. Maybe I can... well, that's not the right button. Retreat, there you go. No, it's not worth it. Like, the thing is, his army looks expensive, and you would think that I should help. That was my first instinct too, but realizing that my army was actually way more expensive, because the DTs are small, right? They're like a very tiny unit, and you're like, oh, they don't cost that much. This army is probably the most expensive army in the game right now. Now, well, actually, okay, maybe not. My teammate is quite a massive... No. My teammate is quite a massive army as well. Yeah, let's see. Gonna be able to attack over here. It looks like... Oh, he just cancelled it. Oh, man. God, this Protoss is just on top of catching me right now. That is very, very scary. Let's see. I'm gonna try to go around this Protoss. Hopefully, he didn't find this base. That would be nice. I'm very automatically tempted to scan, and this is gonna definitely be a base trade angle for me. Please do not go back to wherever you were planning to do. And I'm gonna go for a big base trade. If he wants to... Let me type it in normal letters. If he wants to go for a base trade, that's fine, because we're gonna have 2 armies against 1. Like, this base is gonna die instantly. Let's see, I'll just... Actually, I can kill this pylon and then the other one. That'd be fine. Here we go. That's actually not the best blink ever, but it is what it is. Gonna get in here. That pylon's gonna die. He's gonna go for the recall. Yo, please kill that pylon if you can. That is not enough units, actually. I really don't think that is enough units. The opponent has already died. One of the opponents, that is. I'm gonna try to bring my stalkers over here. Or my DTs, rather. Barely couldn't get enough damage done to kill that. They have 1 DT actually sniping a lot of the probes here. This is really good because he's gonna be distracted. First of all, by the fact that my main force of DTs is over here. But actually it was the other way around. He went for the 1 DT and my big squad of DTs got away with it. Look how many probes are dying over here. My teammate has also killed everything already. It looks like the blue Zerg did give up a little early. Appreciate it. Always love it when people type like that. And woof, there we go. I feel like I'm running out of breath because these games have been... They're very intense when you always have to attack. Like, I'm just trying to go for it no matter what. And once again, guys, applause to my teammate. I still don't know how he managed to save this base. When they attacked this base... And I realized that my teammate's army, at least what I thought, was barely not good enough. I thought we were going to lose the game there because the base was going to die. My teammate's entire army was going to die and their economy was going to be too big. But instead, he somehow was able to defend it. He does have +3 attack, which could be one of the reasons. And yeah, I mean, just fantastic shout out to ERB. 5 base Protoss, very good macro play. Got it done. DT harass was awesome. Managed to kill this Zerg pretty much by himself. I mean, I know I did a lot of damage with DTs in this base, but most of the work was by him. And there we go. 2-1. Despite the very tough first game with a very toxic teammate, we managed to get a positive win rate. I'm very happy with that. And now I'm tired and I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good... Sorry. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give a video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.